Have you ever found yourself feeling a little less energetic, or perhaps even more emotionally fragile as the years go by? Maybe some days you feel like your resilience isn't as strong as it used to be, and it takes more effort to bounce back from tough situations. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we get older, it's common to face challenges that can make us feel emotionally vulnerable. Life changes, loved ones may move away, and sometimes it can be harder to stay positive. But here's the good news: it's absolutely possible to cultivate emotional resilience at any age. In fact, emotional strength in our later years is one of the most empowering things we can build for ourselves. And the best part is, it's never too late to start. By nurturing your emotional health, you can maintain a sense of peace, joy, and fulfillment, no matter what life throws your way. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 techniques that can help you build and maintain your emotional strength as you grow older. Let's start with the first technique, which is something that's incredibly simple but incredibly powerful: mindfulness and being present. Now, I know that the word mindfulness gets thrown around a lot these days. But what does it really mean, and why is it so important for emotional resilience? At its core, mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, without worrying about the past or the future. It's about letting go of distractions and truly experiencing life as it is, right here and now. As we age, our minds often wander to the past, maybe remembering the good old days or worrying about things we can't control anymore. And while it's natural to reflect on the past, constantly dwelling on it can leave us feeling stuck or anxious. That's where mindfulness comes in. It encourages us to shift our focus back to the present moment, whether that's savoring a cup of tea, enjoying the warmth of the sun on your face, or simply listening to the sounds around you. Here's an easy way to get started with mindfulness: find a quiet space for just 5 minutes a day. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and start to focus on the sensations around you. Maybe you hear birds chirping, feel the soft touch of the air on your skin, or notice the subtle rise and fall of your chest as you breathe. The goal is to simply notice these things without judgment. Let your thoughts come and go, but always return to the present moment. By practicing mindfulness regularly, you can start to feel more grounded and at ease, reducing stress and anxiety. It allows you to stop being overwhelmed by emotions and gives you the space to respond to situations with calm and clarity. Now, the second technique that plays a crucial role in emotional resilience is nurturing your social connections. As we get older, it can sometimes feel like we're becoming more isolated. Friends may have moved away, or perhaps you've lost touch with people over the years. It's also easy to fall into a routine where you don't see as many people as you used to. But let me tell you, staying socially connected is essential for emotional well-being. When you have people in your life who care about you and who you can lean on during tough times, it makes a world of difference. Social interactions provide emotional support, reduce feelings of loneliness, and give you a sense of belonging. They remind you that you're not alone and that there's always someone there to share a laugh, offer a shoulder to cry on, or simply spend time with you. One of the best ways to stay connected is to take small steps each week to reach out to others. Maybe it's calling a friend or family member for a chat, setting up a regular coffee date, or joining a local community group. Even a short conversation with someone can help you feel more supported and less isolated. And don't be afraid to make new friends either. It's never too late to connect with others who share your interests. Let me share a quick example. A lady named Mary, who's in her late 70s, started attending a weekly book club at her local library. At first, she felt nervous about joining something new, but once she did, she found that it brought so much joy into her life. Not only did she start reading books she never would have picked up before, but she also made a wonderful group of friends. Her social circle grew, and with it, her emotional strength. Now that we've discussed mindfulness and nurturing your social connections, let's talk about something that might surprise you: embracing change and new experiences. Change is a part of life, and while it can be unsettling, it's also an opportunity for growth. Many of us tend to resist change, especially as we get older. But here's the thing: embracing new experiences and challenges can actually help keep you emotionally resilient. Think about it. When you try something new, your brain has to adapt, which helps keep you sharp and engaged with life. Whether it's picking up a new hobby, traveling to a place you've never been, or learning a new skill, embracing change can bring a sense of excitement and fulfillment that fuels your emotional well-being. One great way to do this is by setting small, achievable goals for yourself. For example, maybe you've always wanted to learn to play the piano, or you've dreamed of trying yoga. Take a class, or find an online tutorial to get started. Even if it feels intimidating at first, pushing yourself to take that first step will give you a sense of accomplishment and boost your self-confidence. Now that we've covered the first 3 techniques, mindfulness, social connections, and embracing change, let's dive into the final 2 in the next part. I'm excited to share them with you, because they'll help you take your emotional resilience to the next level. Stay tuned, and let's keep building your inner strength together. As we continue to explore ways to stay emotionally resilient, we're now going to dive into 2 more powerful techniques that can really make a difference in your emotional well-being. These are the kinds of practices that can create a lasting sense of inner peace and strength, even when life throws its challenges your way. Let's start with something that we often overlook but is absolutely essential: taking care of your physical health. Now, you might be thinking, how does my physical health relate to emotional resilience? The truth is, your body and mind are deeply connected, and when you take care of your body, your emotional state improves as well. We all know that physical health affects how we feel physically. When we feel good in our bodies, we're able to move with ease and have more energy. But what about the impact it has on your emotions? When you're physically active, your brain releases endorphins, those feel-good hormones that help reduce stress and lift your mood. This doesn't mean you need to run marathons or spend hours at the gym. Instead, think about incorporating small, gentle movements into your day. Even a short walk around your neighborhood can do wonders. If you can, aim for 30 minutes of light exercise, such as walking, stretching, or doing yoga. These activities help boost circulation, reduce anxiety, and improve your overall sense of well-being. A friend of mine, Betty, who was in her 80s, started taking daily walks in the park. At first, it was just to enjoy the fresh air, but over time, she noticed a big improvement in her mood and energy levels. She also began meeting other people who were walking at the same time, which helped her feel even more connected and positive. The point is, staying physically active, no matter how small, is one of the most important things you can do for both your body and mind. It's an act of self-care that reaps huge emotional rewards, and it's never too late to start. Now, let's talk about something that may seem a little unconventional, but it's one of the most impactful ways to build emotional resilience: practicing gratitude. I know, sometimes it's easy to get bogged down in everything that isn't going well. It's natural to focus on challenges, especially when life gets tough. But here's the catch: the more we focus on what's wrong, the more we amplify those negative feelings. Gratitude, on the other hand, helps shift our perspective and brings light to the positive aspects of our lives, even in difficult times. Start by making a simple habit of listing 3 things you're grateful for every day. These don't have to be big or life-changing things. It could be something as simple as a warm cup of coffee, a conversation with a friend, or the joy of a beautiful sunset. Over time, you'll start to notice more and more of these little moments, and they'll become the foundation of a positive mindset. One of my favorite stories is about Linda, a woman I know in her early 70s. After a difficult period in her life, she decided to start keeping a gratitude journal. At first, she had to really think to come up with 3 things each day. But as the weeks went by, she found that she was naturally more aware of the good things around her. Her gratitude journal became a source of comfort and positivity, and she felt more hopeful and emotionally balanced than she had in years. You see, the act of gratitude is powerful because it trains your mind to notice the good, even on the toughest days. It helps you recognize that, no matter what's happening around you, there's always something worth appreciating. So, we've now covered 4 techniques: mindfulness, nurturing social connections, embracing change, and taking care of your physical health. And, of course, practicing gratitude is simply a transformative tool that can immediately improve your emotional well-being. Let's move on to the final technique, which is something I'm really excited to share. It's all about finding purpose and meaning in life. As we age, it's common to question our purpose or to feel like we've done it all. But the truth is, no matter how old you are, you can always find new ways to feel meaningful and fulfilled. Having a sense of purpose, whether it's a cause you care about, a hobby you're passionate about, or even a goal you want to achieve, can provide you with a deep sense of emotional strength and resilience. Purpose gives us something to look forward to, something that makes us feel like we're contributing to the world, and something that helps us make sense of our experiences. It's a big part of why some people seem to age so gracefully. They've stayed connected to something that gives them joy and fulfillment, no matter their age. For example, a neighbor of mine, George, started volunteering at a local animal shelter after he retired. He didn't have any prior experience with animals, but he loved the idea of helping out. Now, he spends several days a week caring for the animals, and it brings him so much happiness. The purpose he found in caring for those animals not only keeps him active, but also fills his days with a sense of contribution and joy. If you haven't already found something that brings you purpose, think about what lights you up. Is it teaching others, exploring new knowledge, or even just nurturing your garden? The possibilities are endless. Finding that purpose, whatever it may be, gives you an anchor that keeps you emotionally strong. So, with these 5 techniques, mindfulness, social connections, embracing change, physical health, gratitude, and finding purpose, you now have a powerful toolkit to stay emotionally resilient and feel stronger no matter your age. In the next part, we'll talk about how to integrate these habits into your daily life. I'm excited to help you take the next step in creating a life that's filled with emotional strength and happiness. Stay with me, and let's make this journey together. Now that we've covered the 5 key techniques for building emotional resilience, mindfulness, nurturing social connections, embracing change, taking care of your physical health, practicing gratitude, and finding purpose, it's time to talk about how you can integrate these practices into your everyday life. It's one thing to know what to do, but it's another to actually make these habits a part of your routine. So, let's dive into some practical steps that will help you stay emotionally strong, day after day. First, let's talk about consistency. This is perhaps the most important part of any practice. Building emotional resilience isn't a one-time thing, and it won't happen overnight. Instead, think of it as a lifelong journey, a series of small, consistent steps that, over time, add up to something powerful. Start small. If mindfulness feels like a big jump for you, begin with just 5 minutes a day. Set aside a time each day when you can simply pause, close your eyes, and focus on your breathing. You don't need to make it complicated, just take a few moments to ground yourself. Once you've got that down, you can gradually extend the time. For physical activity, maybe aim for just 15 minutes of gentle movement each day, whether it's walking, stretching, or doing some light yoga. If that feels good, then increase it. The goal is to make it something you look forward to, not a chore. And with gratitude, try keeping a small notebook by your bedside, where you can jot down the 3 things you're thankful for before you go to sleep. Over time, you'll find that your perspective starts to shift, and gratitude becomes second nature. The key here is not to overwhelm yourself. Start with one practice, make it a part of your daily routine, and once you feel comfortable, add another. It's all about building habits that work for you, at your own pace. Another important factor is setting realistic expectations. We all have moments where we feel down, frustrated, or exhausted, and that's okay. Emotional resilience isn't about being happy all the time or never feeling upset. It's about knowing how to navigate through the difficult times and understanding that you have the tools to handle whatever comes your way. So, if you ever find yourself slipping into negative thought patterns or feeling a bit overwhelmed, don't be hard on yourself. Remember, emotional resilience is a practice, and it's perfectly normal to have tough days. What matters is that you keep going. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to bounce back and regain your emotional strength. Now, I'd love for you to take a moment and reflect on what you've learned. Out of the 5 techniques we've covered, mindfulness, social connections, physical health, gratitude, and purpose, what stands out to you the most? Which ones feel most natural for you to start implementing? Take a minute to write down your thoughts or share them in the comments below. I'd love to hear how these techniques have worked for you, and what you're doing to stay emotionally resilient as you continue to live a fulfilling and vibrant life. Remember, resilience doesn't mean never falling down, it means knowing how to pick yourself back up. And the truth is, no matter your age, you're never too old to build emotional strength. It's a lifelong process, and with each day, you have the chance to grow stronger and more at peace with yourself. So, before we wrap up, I just want to leave you with this final thought. Every step you take toward building emotional resilience, no matter how small, is a step toward a healthier, happier you. Even the tiniest change can make a huge difference over time. Don't ever underestimate the power of consistency, positivity, and self-compassion. If you enjoyed this video and found these techniques helpful, I'd love for you to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with friends or family who might benefit from these tips. Let's spread the word about emotional resilience and how we can all live our best lives, no matter our age. And finally, remember, life is a journey, and it's never too late to make it the best one yet. Here's to building strength, finding joy in every day, and living with purpose at any age. You've got this.